Hey guys, I missed last week. I apologize. And I don't really have much time to film this week because, as you can see, it is 11:33. So, it's probably not going to get up on time anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, I missed the whole print book, ebook debate. And I also keep forgetting to show you all my favorite bookshelf books. So I'm just going to combine that into one and then tell you a story, and that'll be my video. And I'm not editing it, so if I go over, you know what, I can be punished. Okay. And you should also punish me for missing last week. But you should do two equally, not awful punishments if I go over tonight, and not one big honking one. Alright. So. They're not really in any particular order. They're just kind of here. I mean, they do kind of have an order that makes sense to me, but it doesn't really make sense to anyone else. So Harry Potter comes first, because that's what it does. Agatha Christie, The Mousetrap, and Other Plays is my go-to reading all the time thing. And then I've got some Shakespeare. I don't have all my Shakespeare there. I've got, 4 Tragedies. That was my aunt's. And then she gave it to me, and I was very happy. My script from Midsummer, I actually have another copy of Midsummer, but I figure it's overkill to have 2 copies of Midsummer on the same, special bookshelf. I have a, copy of Romeo and Juliet that's alone, a copy of Julius Caesar's, Macbeth and Hamlet. So I have every one of the books in here on its own. I actually have graphic novels of Macbeth and Hamlet, which I think is the coolest thing in the world. Then we have Rebecca, Phantom of the Opera, Here, Secret Assignments, Coffee House Angel, Eyes Like Stars, Perchance to Dream, So Silver Bright, there's a book called Juliet that I'm actually rereading right now that goes in here, and these books are Shakespeare related, so then I just keep going with the Shakespeare thing. Saving Juliet, Ophelia, Lady Macbeth's Daughter, and then these are the same author, so that makes continuation thing. Got Two Girls of Gettysburg, and then Fire by Night, which is also a Civil War novel, so that goes together. And then the rest of these all go in order of history, so the Civil War, and then 20s, Great Depression, and then present day. Then we've got crazy fantasy, and then we've got the future. We've got the future, the future, the future, the future, the future, the future, the future. Yum. Those are my books. Print book and ebook debate. I don't have an ebook thing because I don't think that I could. I don't know. I just don't want to make the switch. I might at some point in my life. Well, it wouldn't be an entire switch, obviously. I wouldn't just put down regular books forever. But I don't know. I'm just not all that into the technology aspect. Anyway, it's story time. So yesterday, sitting in 4th period Spanish, doing some worksheets, and, we're just sitting there. And our principal comes over the loudspeaker and says, I know some of you are experiencing power failure right now, but we just need to stay together, not get overworked about this, stay in your rooms, don't go wander in the hallways, stay in the rooms, I know it's dark, you'll be fine. So, my Spanish class is just kind of looking around at each other what? Power failure? We're fine. We even have Christmas lights and stuff in that room, and we're looking at the Christmas lights and looking at our teacher your Christmas lights are probably what is causing the rest of the school to not have power. So, we just continue sitting there. So the French teacher comes in our room and asks our teacher, why do you have power? What's so special about you? My room's in darkness, and I'm hearing funny sounds coming from my vent. It sounds like someone dropped a cell phone in there. And freshman English teacher's down the hallway with her she took her class out into the hallway because she says her room is shaking. But then again, she has the elevator in her room, which I guess won't make sense to other schools that we have an elevator in a classroom. I don't even comprehend it half the time. Our school has a pretty weird layout sometimes. But then the principal comes on again and says, if any teachers are smelling anything weird, you need to call the office. So, my Spanish teacher went over to the vent and, like, took a book off it, because we keep books on the vent, because it just blasts cold air all the time. So she goes over to it and sniffs it and is like, I don't smell anything. So he comes on later and says, all teachers, I'm going to need your help for dismissal. Like, we're all like, what is this? Because we're sitting inside the Spanish classroom, and nothing is wrong in there. And all this other stuff is going on outside. And the thing is, we just read a Poe short story that day in English, The Mask of the Red Death. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. I love Edgar Allan Poe, but we had just finished reading it in English. And the main kind of plot of that is, it's not giving away anything, but there's this guy, and he and all his friends are holed up in his castle while there is a plague going on around them. And they're just kind of sitting in their castle having a party. So I brought up that we were like that guy, Prince Prospero. We're sitting in our Castle of the Spanish classroom while the plague of the power outage is surrounding us. And everyone was like, no, that's really morbid. Now we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die of the plague. And I was like, no, we're not. Anyway, that was story time. Also, I'm in the Nutcracker tomorrow, and I'm an elderly woman in the party scene. I don't know how familiar you all are with the Nutcracker, but I'm an elderly woman in the party scene, and I have a cane, and I hobble around, and I fall asleep all the time, and it's a good time. It's a good time. And I need to get up tomorrow to go to a dress rehearsal for that, so that'll be nice. Also, my school is good at basketball. We just won a basketball game tonight, and that was a very nice time. And I always feel awkward because my parents are best friends with the coach and his wife. So ever since I've been little, my family sits with the coach's wife behind the team on the other side of the bleachers. So everyone from my school looks at me like I'm like an enemy because I sit on the wrong side of the bleachers, when really I just like to visit with my mom's friends. Some people would be like, Mom, you go visit with your friends, I'll go visit with mine, but I love my mom's friends and my dad's friends. Like, I love my parents' friends. They're nice people. It's great. Yeah. So, Casey, I'll see you Monday.